The house does amplify and intensify certain emotions.
Oh, yes.
But that was 22 Daniella. And I'm 23 now, and I've learned my lessons, and I've unlearned certain things. And I'm moving forward for better days, more decisive days, to be precise.
Hi guys, my name is Rachel Isaac, and this is Paul's one-on-one BBNaija edition, brought to you by Guinness. And right about now, I am hanging out with Daniella of the Big Brother Naija Season 7 fame. Hi Daniella.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
You look so pretty.
Thank you.
You always look pretty, but today there's this thing, like so much class and
Thank you so much.
So how's it been since you left Biggie's house?
It's definitely been new. It's a new experience. Just a lot of love, a lot more than I expected.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you were to match the expectations you had before you went on the show with the experience that you had in the house, what would you say the differences are?
Everything is entirely different, to be honest. You know, they say you're going to the house for a game, go with the strategy. My strategy was to go there and just, you know, be me completely, you know, and getting there, Big Brother brought so many twists, and it was like trying to adapt mentally, trying to adapt to people. And it was a Gen Z season, you know, Gen Z, like it was crazy. But it was really fun at the end of the day.
All right. So you seem to care a lot about your family and your reaction to your stay in the house.
Right.
While in the house, you kept talking about it. I know you had moments where you were just thinking, oh, okay, was it like outside with my family and all of that? So now that you're out of the house, what has been their reaction?
Like I said before, the love just was not what I expected, you know. When I came out, I was a bit worried about my mom, my dad, and everything. And funny enough, it's just pure love gotten from them, understanding, and, you know, definitely corrections here and there, because they're my parents. They have to put me straight where I need to be put straight. But nonetheless, it's just pure support, pure love. They were there for me during the finale, throughout this whole week. They've been just sending me so much love, so many kind words. It's been amazing. All right,
so let's talk about the connections that you had in the house. And I'm not talking about the romantic relationships that you had in the house now. So who would you say you connected with the most? Take out the...
Fair enough.
Yes.
I would say Brian, and I would say Allison.
Okay, why Brian and Allison?
Brian, to be honest, from day one, the moment he walked in, I told him that he has the same name as my friend. I was outside the house. Okay. And he's like, oh, that's really nice. Less than a couple minutes, he looks at me and he's like, I don't know why, but you feel so familiar. I think we make really good friends. And from day one to day 72, we've just been there for each other, back to back, supportive, emotional, expressive with each other, and it was phenomenal. Then for Allison, if you watch the game that we played before with the cards and choosing of the house and everything, we just, you know, synced from the first day, and it was just amazing from day one as well to day 72. All
right, so I thought there was a thing there for Hermes. You guys connected on some levels at different times. It would come to you to open up about something. Yes, so
Hermes is amazing. Hermes is creative, and I say it a lot that art is life, and I feel like his personality just depicts what art is, and that's why we have like so much, you know, closeness. And I feel like for outside the house, we'll have a more intentional friendship.
Okay, so one of the things that trended outside the house was the sanitary issue with, yes, because your name came up a lot, and a lot of people, you were trending a lot for the person who accused Tamaka. You accused her of dropping the pads and littering the place.
All right.
So I want to ask now, how sure of you, or how sure were you about this?
Honestly speaking, as at then, I don't think I was being the most sensitive person, because I feel like that's a very delicate thing to talk about, especially when you know you're being watched. I think about being there, you forget that people are actually watching. It's not just you that are in the house. And I did make my speculations about Amaka being responsible and all that. But I think being outside the house, I do not want to go into it again.
All right, so it wasn't like you had like a personal beef for her. It was just what it was in that situation, and that's it.
I wanted to just clear it out.
Okay, I wanted you to clear it out, so because your name has been everywhere regarding that relationship. Okay, so now let's talk about the relationships. So you kind of struggled with your feelings, especially for Khalid and Dotun. So do you feel like if you had another chance to go into the house, you'd have handled that situation differently?
If it's me now coming out of the house and going back in from this point, obviously I would handle it a lot better. But being in the house, I'm not one to shift blames. Dotun played a role, I played a role as well.
Yeah.
There were choices to be made. I made a decision, right? And I take responsibility for my actions. The house does amplify and intensify certain emotions.
Oh, yes.
But that was 22 Daniela. And I'm 23 now, and I've learned my lessons, and I've unlearned certain things. And I'm moving forward for better days, more decisive days, to be precise.
All right, so up next is a fan zone segment. On this segment, what we do is we have questions from your fans, and you're expected to give answers to those questions.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's do this. Yeah, the first question is from @Kokwa, a Twitter user. The question is, you speak so well. Who taught you and helped you to develop your spoken word skill?
Oh, wow. Thank you for the compliments. Really, I would say my mom. She's a broadcaster.
Okay.
And like my dad as well has been in the media for a while, in terms of like, he's a coach and interviews. I watch him being interviewed on several occasions growing up. But my mom being a broadcaster as well, she always tell you, don't say this statement is wrong, this is how you approach people, communication skills and whatnot. So I think it just rubbed off. It wasn't like a deliberate effort to teach us, but like you just see somebody go. It just grows on you. Do you understand? And then in terms of spoken words, it just came, to be very honest. I used to be an athlete growing up, and when I moved back to Nigeria, a lot of things just weren't moving as I expected them to. And writing became an escape for me to like express how I felt about losing a certain dream, and then before I knew it, I started moving into poetry, tried to like turn it into a rhyme scheme and all that. And it's just been amazing ever since.
Okay, I mean, it makes sense now, about your childhood and how you grew up and your parents, of course. Okay, and the final question is from an IG user @ThatShortGirl. Okay. The question is, does she feel anything for our Adekunle?
Nosy people. But at the end of the day, my life was for you guys to see. So for Adekunle, I feel a lot of love for Adekunle because he is a friend, and we're trying to still grow a very strong friendship outside the house.
Okay, so now this brings me to a question that I wasn't even going to ask.
Okay.
Have you had time to sit down with Khalid? Have you guys had that talk?
Honestly, I've not even had time to sit down myself since I got out of the house. I'm here with you. Obviously, I'm not free. But yeah, we've not had that talk. And even if we do have that talk, it's going to be, because I know a lot of people are wondering what it's going to be about. It's just for closure and for there to be peace and understanding, and for me to make apologies where I need to make apologies.
All right, okay. Yeah. So fair enough. I mean, yeah, fair enough. Okay, so let me ask you now, what do you have for us? What should we expect from Daniella in the nearest future?
I emphasize on spoken words so much in the house, and being a poet, I'm using Big Brother as a platform or a pedestal for other writers to come out and collaborate with me to make poetry and spoken words something that is going to be enormously embraced in Nigeria and Africa at large. So I'm working on a couple projects that will bring all the creatives together and showcase what we're made of as Nigerians and as youths. After that, I'm moving towards my logistics business and my lounge as well. And then humanitarian work, presenting opportunities, and movies as well.
Okay, I love it. I love to see more of your face on our screens. Thank you so much for being a part of the show today. And that's how much you can take on today's episode of Pulse One-on-One BBNaija edition, brought to you by Guinness. My name is Rachel. I've been hanging out with Daniella until I come your way next time. See ya.